Welcome to This Day in Baseball. We bring you everything from the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat and every milestone and oddball event in between. Today's game is courtesy of thisdayinbaseball.com. You can come for a peek, make friends for a lifetime. Before, after, and during the game, check out the links below the video and visit the player pages, parks, and teams as you listen to this blast from the past. You can catch us on every social media platform, and I want to do a special thanks to MLB Classic Radio Archives for this broadcast. Now, let's play ball.
Today, the New York Yankees play a Sunday doubleheader, weather permitting, against the visiting Washington Senators in the close of the Washington visit, and another chapter of our homestand that's been interrupted so much by rainfall. To dodge the raindrops today, we've had a shower or two, light rainfall, and the gray clouds are still above, and it's kind of dark as we begin the scene here today. Mel Allen, Phil Rizzuto, Red Barber, and I are all set to send it your way. Batting for Washington in this order for the first game of the doubleheader. This Sunday was Mother's Day, and high on from all of us here at Yankee Stadium. Leading off for the Senators will be Eddie Yost at third base. Batting number 2 in center field will be little Albie Pearson, the mighty might of the center field grasses, who has been making a specialty of catching the super-powered fly balls off the bat of Mickey Mantle. Pearson playing in center, batting number 2. Batting third in left field will be Roy Sievers. Batting cleanup today in right field, Big Jim Lemon. Batting fifth for the Senators will be Norm Zouchin, their tall first baseman. Batting sixth and catching will be Ed Fitzgerald. Batting seventh at shortstop, Rocky Bridges. Batting eighth at second base, Ken Aspromonte. And batting ninth and pitching, Chuck Stobbs. For the Yankees, Norm Seaburn will bat number 1. Norm Seaburn in left field leading off. Batting second at shortstop, Tony Kubek. Batting in the third position and playing center field, Mickey Mantle. Moose Skowron will hit cleanup today. Moose Skowron batting fourth at first base. Batting fifth in right field, Hank Bauer. Batting sixth and catching, Elston Howard. Batting seventh at third base, Andy Carey. Batting eighth at second base, little Bobby Richardson. And batting ninth and pitching, the wonderful fellow who works every minute that he is out there on the slab for the Yankees, Bobby Shantz. Bobby Shantz going out to the mound. And for yesterday's scores, here's Mel.
Here they are. Yesterday, the Yankees beat Washington 8-0, Baltimore 5, Red Sox 2, Detroit 3, Kansas City 2, White Sox 5, Indians 4. And in the National League, Milwaukee beat Cincinnati 5-3, Pittsburgh 14, Philadelphia 4, Cardinals 3, Cubs 1, Giants 3, Dodgers 2. Leaving the pennant races at this early stage in the American League, the Yankees 2.5 ahead of Washington, 4 ahead of Baltimore, 4.5 ahead of Kansas City and Detroit. Cleveland and Boston in 6th and 7th places, 5 out, and Chicago 8, 6.5 out. In the National League, Milwaukee leading by half game over San Francisco, Pittsburgh 3rd, a game and a half out, Chicago 4th, 2 out, Cincinnati 5th, 4 out, Philadelphia 5.5 out, Los Angeles in 7th place, 6.5 out, and the Cardinals 8 games away. But now to the first game of the doubleheader. 5'6", 150 pounds, Bobby Shantz pitching to the right-handed hitting Eddie Yost. And the first pitch of the ball game is in there for a called strike. Yost 15 for 75. Shantz, a record of 2-0. Checks with Elston Howard. Swings to his windup. And the delivery. Curveball swung on, bounced by Carey. Up with it is the shortstop, Kubek. The throw to first in time, and there's one away. You know, this Kubek is an amazing fellow. Played right field a couple of days, and now he's at shortstop today. McDougal has a little water on the knee. He may play second game, not sure. Here's Albie Pearson. Now we have a 5'6" pitcher pitching to a 5'6" outfielder. And the delivery is low outside, ball 1. Pearson is hitting .309, 21 out of 68. The windup and the pitch. Low outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. count. And the 2-0 pitch is over the inside corner for a strike. 2-1. Andy Carey hanging around the edge of the infield grass. Bobby Chance 2-1 pitch. Curve is outside for ball 3, 3-1. Roy Sievers on deck. Three balls, one strike. Billy Jurgis coaching at third. Ellis Clary at first. Albie Pearson has taken a look now to see what the sign may be. 3-1 the count. Bobby to the windup. Round comes the left arm. The pitch is low, ball 4, and he loses Pearson. Chance generally has pretty good control. He has walked Albie Pearson, and up comes Roy Sievers. Batting .273, 21 for 77. Remember, the Braves and the Yankees tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Maglion's Pond. Right now, check of the runner. The pitch to Sievers. Over the outside corner for a strike. Come a little early and see the home run hitting contest with Aaron and Matthews and Adcock, Mantle and Barron Skowron. All the proceeds to charitable causes and benevolent causes. Check to the runner. And the pitch to Sievers. Swung on, lined out to left field. Coming fast is Seaburn. He can't get it. It drops in front of him for a base hit. It looked as if the ball had more carry to it. Seaburn came running in, and the ball dropped about 10 feet in front of him. So there are runners on first and second. One out. And the batter, Jim Lemon. Lemon hitting .224. 15 for 67. Norm Zouchin on deck. A walk and a single, one out. Bobby Chance to his stretch, the pitch. Swung on, there's the fly ball into short right. Here comes Bauer digging, it may drop, and there goes Richardson making a great running catch. With his back to the plate, there is Pearson rounding third, heading home, but then a throw in to Kubek, tag second, double play, and the side's retired. As Bobby Richardson made a sensational running catch with his back to the plate in right field. Albie Pearson thought it was a sure base hit and was running all the way. So the double play retires the side. Richardson to Kubek. Bauer was playing toward right center. Lemon sliced a screwball pitch, breaking away from him, over first, and about 20 feet possibly off the right field line and shallow. You could see that Bauer couldn't get to it. In fact, Hank started slowing because Bobby Richardson was taken off and racing with his back to the plate, caught the ball over his head, running toward the right field stands, and Albie Pearson was easily doubled up as he went by the stoplight thrown up by the third base coach for the Senators, Billy Jurgis. At the end of the first half, the first inning then, Washington nothing, and the Yankees coming to bat. And I'd like to go to bat for the Christopher Pressure. You know what a Christopher Pressure is? It's like that wonderful morning swim when you're on a vacation up at the lake. Air clean, clear, water sparkling, inviting. Whole thing so refreshing. It's the way I'd describe the Christopher Pressure anyway. And if you said that, you've just done a great job of describing the kind of refreshment you get with Ballantine beer. Ballantine beer is the Christopher Pressure. You can prove that by pouring yourself a cool foaming glassful. Look at it, see how golden and clear it is. Then taste it. Taste how smooth and delicious it is. Every swallow reminds you of the refreshment of that morning swim in the lake, or maybe of a plunge into the surf on a summer day. That's the kind of enjoyment you get with Ballantine beer, the Christopher Pressure, anytime. How about enjoying a tall foaming glass of Ballantine beer right now? Chuck Stobbs pitching now to Norm Seaburn. A left-hander pitching to a left-hand hitter. Seaburn batting .289. The delivery is over for a strike. Stobbs making his sixth appearance, his third start, a record of 0-1. Started against New York April 23rd in the night game in Washington, went 3 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, walked 4. Washington won the game. Byerly was credited with the win in relief. It was a 10-inning game, if you remember. Next pitch. Swung on and fouled off on the ground to the right of the plate. Ralph Howe, coaching at first, gets it. Chuck is a 6'1", 190-pounder. 28 years old. No balls, 2 strikes. Sievers in left, Pearson in center, and Lemon in right. 2 strikes on Seaburn. The wind-up and the pitch. Swung on. It's a high fly ball to right center. Lemon and Pearson converge, and it's Jim Lemon, the right fielder, moving over to right center to make the catch. 1 down. Now Tony Kubek hitting .308. Delivers. Tony swings and sends a little hopper to the mound. Grabbed by Stobbs. A throw to first. 2 away. Kubek out. Pitcher to first. Here's Mickey Mantle. Mickey batting right-handed against Stobbs pitching. 2 away. Outfield swung to the left. No score, first inning. Stobbs to the windup, the pitch to Mantle. It's over for a strike. 0-1. Yost guarding that third base line. Bridges well into the hole. Astromonte over towards second. Well over towards second. Now the 1-strike pitch to Mantle. Curveball swung on and golf foul down the third base line. Strike 2, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Last of the first inning, no score. Chuck Stobbs, who has come up with a screwball, and gotten 2 strikes on Mantle on a fastball, a little bit taken off of it, and the curve may throw his screwball here now, which will break away from a right-handed hitter. We'll see. He's into the windup and the pitch. Screwball's over, call strike 3. And Mantle watched it come over. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of the first inning, no score. On the Ballantyne scoreboard, Boston is Baltimore, Bauman and Lowe's are the pitchers in the first game. Cleveland, Chicago, no report as yet. The doubleheaders, we have several sheets to cover. Kansas City at Detroit playing a single game. On page 3, the National League. Pittsburgh 8, Philadelphia 3 at the end of 3.5 innings. Friend for the Pirates. Sanford for Philadelphia, Hearn in the second, Miller in the third. Lopata homered in the fourth now for the Phils. It's 8-3 Pittsburgh into 3.5 innings. First game. Chicago, St. Louis, it's Hobby and Von McDaniel. Cincinnati 0, Milwaukee batting in the first inning. We had a little ticker trouble. We'll get the pitchers on that in a little while. Half of the second inning. Zouchin, Fitzgerald, and Bridges coming to bat. Chance delivers to the right-hand batter. Curveball over, strike 1. Strike pitch. Screwball outside, 1-1. Bobby Chance throws a screwball 2. Staub's come up with his just this season. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Delivery. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on, grounded to short. Kubek up with it, and the throw to first in time. One away. Fitzgerald, right-hand batter, batting .429, 3 for 7. One of his hits was a pinch hit off Chance in Washington. The pitch swung on, bounced back, off by Carey, going to his left, beautifully to throw in time. Great play by Andy. That base hit written all over it. Andy racing over to his left. Made a beautiful gloved hand pickup of the ball, and the ball was actually fine. 2 down, and here's Rocky Bridges, hitting .297. The Yankee defense so far this season has been really outstanding. Chance's pitch swung on and fouled off. Strike 1. This is the comment of managers of the other ball clubs. And while the team has power the earlier part of the year, of course, it's still early, but up until the last couple of days, most of the games they've won really on defense. Good pitching, good fielding. Extraordinarily good fielding. And they lost a couple of games on a couple of errors that they did make. The 1-strike pitch swung on, hit up into the air to right field. Bauer getting back, takes it, and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And the score at the end of an inning and a half. Washington nothing, New York nothing. You know, you can have that rock and roll rhythm. I like that soft shoe rhythm. And here's a soft shoe rhythm about the crisp profession. Just letting that tune kind of reverberate. Like to let that tune reverberate. You know, the crisp professor, that Valentine beer, it's sure worth singing about. Wish you had a glass of that wonderful crisp profession in front of you right now, don't you? Hope you have. We're ready for the last half of the second inning. Bill Skowron, Hank Bauer, and Elston Howard. First 3 men up. Chuck Staubs to the windup. The pitch. Low, ball 1. No strikes. Now the pitch to the Moose. A low ball 2. Skowron hitting .349. No score. Last of the second. Staubs 2-0 offering. Moose takes it inside for ball 3. The Yanks and the Braves tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, for the benefit of Sandlot Baseball and for child cancer research. All the proceeds go to that. Why don't you come out? The 3-0 pitch. Over, strike one. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch to Skowron is low for ball 4, and the Moose walks. The Yankees' first base runner. And here's Hank Bauer hitting .255. I keep forgetting, is that a 4 or a 7? 14 for 55. Ken is the first right-handed rider we've had in a long while. Joe Gallagher, and Don Wiedereck both left-handed and got used to it. But this is the first right-handed fellow I ever saw make a 4 like a left-hander. I'm only joking. Now the pitch to Hank. It's in there for a strike. Nothing in 1. Ken makes a 4, almost like a 7. There's a little loop. Now the pitch. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. When you write your checks, you better make sure, boy, you put it in, in writing. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1 count on Hank. Stops, checks Skowron, and the pitch. Swung on to the hard shot. Backhanded by Bridges. A throw to second. In time to get Skowron. A beautiful play by Rocky. He took a base hit away from Bauer. The Moose just missing, sliding in ahead of the throw. A great play by Bridges, who went deep into the hole, and with a leap and twist of the body, threw to Aspromonte for the force at second on Skowron. A real brilliant play. Now Elston Howard steps in. He's at 7 for 14. Stobbs delivers. Howard takes the strike. Ed Bridges has really done a tremendous job at short for Washington. Not many better plays made than the one he just made. A key play, too. You're operating now defensively with 1 on and 1 out instead of 2 on and none out. Check to the runner. Hank Bauer, the pitch to Howard. Swung on, foul back upstairs. Strike 2, 0-2. Stockey Rocky. No balls, 2 strikes. Takes a look, and the pitch. Swung on, bounced out towards second. Aspromonte throws to first, and there's Bauer trying to go to second. Zauchin throws to Bridges, back to Zauchin, and Bauer's tagged out for a double play. So an odd double play. Aspromonte feeling the ball, starting to tag Bauer. Hank heads up, stopped, forced Aspromonte then to throw to first, which, of course, is indicative of heads-up play on the part of Aspromonte. He didn't dilly nor dally that long trying to tag Bauer. Threw on to Zauchin, who then threw back down to Bridges. Bridges back to Zauchin, and they doubled up Hank. A double play, really the hard way, and the sides retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 2 innings, Washington owns the only hit in the game. They've left 2 aboard. And we've had the game that has been dominated thus far by defense. Speaking of domination, Ballantine beer really dominates its field. Icily light, smooth, and delicious, precisely right. That's the crisp refresher, Ballantine beer. Just make the 3-ring sign and ask the man for Ballantine. Ballantine beer. Monday night's the big Sandlot benefit game. The Yankees and their World Series conquerors, the Milwaukee Braves. 8 o'clock. A big home run contest, 7:45. Mantle, Barber, Skowron against Aaron, Matthews, and Adcock. A Longines watch to the winner. Hank Aaron received a plaque from his former Negro National League teammates for his sportsmanship and contributions to baseball. All proceeds to the youngsters, those who play on New York sandlots, those who can't play, and those who will benefit from child cancer research, the Jimmy Fund of New England. If you can't go, phone the Yankee ticket department, Cypress 3-6000, order some tickets, and see that underprivileged youngsters can go, or servicemen, since there are no free tickets to this charity game. Strike one to the first man up in the third inning, and that's Ken Aspromonte. Bobby Shantz working, Aspromonte hitting .289. The windup by the left-hander. The pitch is low outside, and the count's 1-1. Baltimore leading Boston 1-0, end of an inning. Pittsburgh 10, Phil's 3, end of 4. Cards 2, Cubs 0, end of 1. The outfield straightaways. The 1-1 pitch comes in, swung on, dribbled foul to the left of the plate. Billy Jerkis, coaching at third, goes after it. One ball, 2 strikes. Bobby gets a sign from Howard. He's into the windup and the pitch. Aspromonte takes it into the dirt. The ball bounces by Howard. Bobby tried to break off a sharp curve, and the count's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Shantz to the windup, the delivery, swung on and fouled off behind the plate, out of play. We told you about McDougal. McDougal's not playing is no evasion. He's sitting on the bench because of a knee abrasion. But may still see action in the second game on this Washington invasion. Here's the pitch, swung on, foul back behind the plate, out of play. I'm just trying to rush the sprouting of corn. Can't wait till it. I love it with butter. I think I might hurry it up a little. Here's the delivery. High, ball 3. Full count on Aspromonte. Three balls, 2 strikes. Shantz to the windup. Around comes the left arm. The payoff pitch is in there for call, strike 3. And a slider that just hooked over the outside corner. One down, and the batter now is Chuck Stobbs. The Venerable Virginian. Delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 1, the fastball. Senators' lineup today consists largely of players they've acquired or contracts they've acquired from other clubs. Gibbs Stobbs out of room in right center. Shantz delivers a curve, swung on, popped foul, the left of the plate, out of play. Yost with Washington from the beginning. And Pearson. Severs started out with the Browns, Lemon with the Indians, Zouch with the Red Sox, Fitzgerald with the Pirates, Bridges with the Dodgers, Aspromonte with the Red Sox, and Stobbs with the Red Sox. The 2-strike pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Sweeping curve. 2 men out, and to the top of the order for Eddie Yost, a native of New York. The fellow that benefited through the opportunity to play sandlot baseball in the metropolitan area. As many will tomorrow night through your benevolence and coming out to see the Yanks and Braves. The fastball is in there for a strike. in there. Strike two. Screwball over the outside corner. Nothing in two the count. And the delivery. Look out, it's inside and high. 1-2. Looks like the ball is going to sail in to the shoulder of Eddie Yost. A 1-2 count on Eddie. And the next pitch is just inside under the fists. He almost went for it. Held up. It was interesting to watch Carey and Kubek both broke toward the line. That pitch was in tight. Eddie hit it, and he hit it in that direction. The wind-up, around comes the left arm. The 2-2 pitch swung on. There's a high drive to right center. And Bauer moving over. He's under it and has it. Sides retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Down to 2.5 innings. Washington nothing, New York nothing. You know, part of the fun in baseball is the practical joking veterans indulge at the expense of rookies. You take Casey Stengel, long before he was ever a manager, in 1924, happened to room on the 16th floor of this hotel with a big, raw-boned country boy rookie named Grapefruit. I don't know how he got the name Grapefruit. Probably something happened in spring training itself, but in any case, they riding up the elevator one day, and Casey slipped the elevator boy a dime. Well, Grapefruit, who's not used to the ways of the big leaguers yet, he thought that was the custom, and he reached in his pocket, and he took out a dime, too. Well, the next day, the manager of the team spotted Grapefruit huffing and puffing up on the stairs. He'd gotten to the 14th floor. What's the matter? Grapefruit said, doggone, Skipper, I can't afford a dime every time I ride that elevator. Well, who said you have to pay a dime? The rookie said, well, Casey Stengel did. Casey was always up to tricks. Anything to have a little fun. And looking at the lighter side of beer, let me tell you, you can have a lot of fun with Ballantine beer, the Crisp Professor. Try a tall, foaming glass of Ballantine. Icily light, smooth and delicious, precisely right. Lively golden, crystally clear. The Crisp Professor Ballantine beer. And as we get ready to play in the last of the third, Andy Carey is the first batter up. Chuck stops to wind up the pitch, and it is swung on. There's a long drive hit the left. Seaver's getting back. He's going to get under it. And he makes the catch, and we pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Remember, your dial is at 1460 WOKO, first in Albany. Remember, the Troy Buick Roundup follows the game.
Bobby Richardson. 12 for 58, hitting 207. Andy was hitting 196 before he went out. A long drive to left, almost 400 feet, caught by Sievers. Richardson takes a strike. Fastball, knee high, toward the outside part of the plate. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. Swung on. There's a looper into right field. There's Lemon racing over. He can't get it. Drops in front of him for a base hit. And Richardson's on with a sliced high line single to right field. Now up comes Bobby Shantz, a very colorful little performer. 2 for 6 this season. Bobby takes a look at Corsetti to see if any play is on. Could be a bunter hit and run. Could be the take sign. Could be the steal sign. Those are the possibilities. Check to the runner. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. 0-1. For the left-hander pitching, the chance of the steal is lessened because he has his eye right on that runner. It doesn't eliminate that possibility, but reduces the percentage of it. Check the runner once again. And the pitch. It's into the dirt, and there goes Bobby down to second as Fitzgerald picks it up, throws, not in time. Pitch into the dirt, blocked by Fitzgerald. The ball rolled a few feet down the third baseline, and Richardson was off and running. So that will be scored, and most likely a wild pitch. The official word has confirmed that from high authoritative sources in widely known press circles. In other words, the official score said, yeah. Outfield straightaway and shallow. 21 the count. 1 out. No score, third inning. The pitch to Chance. Swung on. Foul back out of play. Strike 2. 1-2. Always get a kick out of the stories, and they have to be written that way for certain reasons. According to reports received from high authoritative sources, it has been alleged that, and we quote, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the delivery. Swung on, hit out over second into center for the base hit. Here comes Richardson around third, heading for the plate. The throw, not in time. 1-0, New York. Bobby Chance, up to his hitting tricks again, helped his cause out with a couple of base hits when he chalked up one of his earlier wins. Single to center. And now we have Norm Sebring coming to bat after a brief conference at the mound with Fitzgerald, Zauchin, and Stobbs. The Braves-Yankees game will not be on television tomorrow night, so we do hope you'll come out and see it because it's for charity. Tickets you buy, tax deductible. The pitch in there for a strike. In fact, the Yankees are not taking any of the money for operational expenses. And that'll fill quite a poke. No balls, 1 strike. And the delivery. Swung on, lined over first down the right field line. Into the corner. Chance heads for third. The ball is taken by Lemon. Here's the throw to the plate, and Chance is held at third. On a double by Norm Sebring into the right field corner. Sebring lines a double into the right field corner, sending Chance to third, brings up Tony Kubek. Cookie Lavagetto signals play in for play at the plate. Now Cookie takes out his scorecard to look at the batting order. Infield in. Chance on third, Sebring on second. 1 out, 1-0 New York, third inning. The windup by Stobbs, the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Kubek tapped to the box in the first inning. Now Lavagetto is trying to place somebody. You know, and moving Bridges back just a step. Bridges and Aspromonte are now halfway. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit to the box, and the runners hold. The throw goes to Zauchin, and Kubek is out. 2 outs, and up comes Mantle. Tony Kubek taps to the box. The runners have to hold. Chance at third. Sebring at second. And with first base open and Skowron on deck, the 0 they pitch to Mantle walking. 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. Mantle struck out in the first inning. They're going to pitch to him, make him try to fight it a batting. Wind up. Here's the pitch to Mickey. Outside, ball 1. Fastball away. Mantle shifted his feet if he was going to try to go to the opposite field. Pitch was way outside. 2 men away, runners on second and third. Stops to the windup. Around comes the arm. The pitch is inside the knees. Ball 2. Nothing count. Runners leading away from second and third. Stops to the windup. Around comes the left arm. The pitch. Swung on. Line to short. A line drive right at Rocky Bridges. A wicked liner. And the side is retired. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. And at the end of 3 innings, the Yankees 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Washington, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Baltimore leading Boston 1-0 end of 2 innings. Cleveland 1, Chicago batting in the last of the first. Kansas City 0, Detroit batting last of the first. Pittsburgh 10, Philadelphia 3 at the end of 5.5. St. Louis 2, Chicago 0, pen of an inning and a half. Cincinnati 0, Milwaukee batting in the first inning. The makers of Ballantine Beer hosted officials of the Cape Cod, Massachusetts Baseball League today, one of the oldest amateur leagues in the country. And they announced the second annual Most Valuable Player Award by the brewery to be presented in August at the Cape All-Star Game. Provincetown, Boston Airlines flew the group into LaGuardia on a chartered flight. And here's a fellow that's always flying around. Now, I want you to know he's a hard worker. And he got on some, I don't know what you call them, but I tell you this, you won't find them anywhere except at home when you get up in the morning, you walk around in them. They're house shoes. Where'd you get those, Japan?
Oh, no.
Well, Rizzuto.
Okay, Mel. Now, I have a little trouble with my feet. I got a couple of bunions, so these long double headers, I wear these sore slippers. Well, here we go into the top of the 4th inning, and little Albie Pearson, who walked in the 1st inning, will lead it off. Bobby Shands on the mound for the New York Yankees. Left-hander winds up. The delivery to Pearson, a curveball high, ball 1. Pearson in the 1st inning with Severs on first. Set sail when Lemon hit a little pop fly short right. He thought it would drop in, but Bobby Richardson made a beautiful catch with his back to the plate and doubled Pearson easily. Fastball is in there, strike 1, 1-1. Before the game, down in the field, I was talking with Albie Pearson, and he asked me if I would help him with his bunting. Seems like he's having a lot of trouble laying a bunt down that the pitcher can't get at, bunting everything back to the pitcher. The 1-1 pitch is a curve high inside, ball 2, 2-1. Of course, I told him I'd be glad to help him anytime we have the time to get together. I also told him that a lot of practice will do it. Nellie Fox was one of the worst runners in the big leagues, and in practice for 1 whole year, now he's one of the best. Fastball is fouled against the screen, strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. The top of the 4th, the Yanks lead 1-0. Shands ready. The 2-2 pitch, a slow curve hit deep to right field. If it's fair, it's all the way. And it's a foul ball. Just foul. It must have been by inches. And Albie Pearson would have had his first Major League home run. A little guy got solid wood in that ball, drove it back about 20 rows in the right field seats. Now, that's the value of having an umpire down that first base line. From here, it looked fair and back of home plate. But first base umpire John Flaherty gave the foul sign right away. 2-2. Bobby Shands with a new baseball ready. The curveball is in there. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 3 for Bobby Shands. And it brings up Roy Severs. Severs singled to left in the first inning when he hit an outside fastball on the end of his bat. The ball dropped just in front of Norm Siemens. The pitch is a curve foul down the third base line. Nice play by Billy Jurgis, the third base coach. Billy was one of the all-time great shortstops in the National League when he was with the Cubs. On at first base, Ellis Clary. Shan's ready. The windup. The fastball is popped in back of the plate. Elson Howard coming back. But the ball is on top of the screen for strike two. In this series so far, we've already seen Ken Aspromonte and Neil Crisley hit their first Major League home runs. And, of course, that Pearson come through with that one. It would have been his first. The pitch is a curve foul down the third base line. Nice play by Billy Jurgis, the third base coach. Billy was one of the all-time great shortstops in the National League when he was with the Cubs. On at first base, Ellis Clary. Shan's ready. The windup. The fastball is popped in back of the plate. Elson Howard coming back. But the ball is on top of the screen for strike two. In this series so far, we've already seen Ken Aspromonte and Neil Crisley hit their first Major League home runs. And, of course, that Pearson come through with that one. It would have been his first. Something those fellas will remember for a long, long time, especially hitting them here at Yankee Stadium. Here's a two-strike pitch. Inside, ball one. Andy Carey at third is playing Seavers deep and right near the foul line. It'll be hard to hit a ball between Carey and third base. It will almost have to be a foul ball. The curve is just outside ball 2, 2-2. Little Bobby shakes his head a little bit. He thought that ball might have nicked that outside corner. But it was one of those slow breaking balls that curved around the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on, top of the fourth. Yankees lead 1-0. Curve is again just outside ball 3. Full count on Seavers. On deck, big Jim Lemon. Now Shans is ready. The payoff pitch, a slow curve hit on a line to left center field, way back there. And Mantle makes a beautiful running backhand catch. A tremendous play by Mickey Mantle. Roy Seavers hit a long drive about 440 feet from home plate in left center field. Mantle racing from dead center. On the run, took that ball, going at full speed. It looked like a sure triple, at least a triple. Maybe an inside the pocket, the way Mantle was going, he had to run by the ball. And we've had some real defensive gems here today. And here's Jim Lemon. Takes a fastball on the inside corner, strike one. Lemon hit that fly ball to short right field that Richardson caught, turned into a double play in the first inning. The changeup is hit foul down the third base line, strike two. I mean, Mantle came from nowhere to get that ball at Seavers, and Roy got good wood on it. Fans are still buzzing about that catch. The last 2 or 3 strides, Mickey seemed to give out just a little more and actually lunged at the ball, caught the ball in midair. Here's a 2-strike pitch to Lemon. A drive to straightaway center field, way back. Mantle going back and takes the ball over his shoulder for out number 3. And then Mickey will be a little tired when he gets into the bench at the end of this inning. For the Senators in the top of the fourth, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left on base. The score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Yankees won and the Senators nothing.
My dear, is a crisp refresher, and we will tell you why. Simply crisp, a beer must be icily light, icily light, icily light. Smooth and delicious, nicely right, nicely right, sparkling bright, lively golden, crystalline clear, the crisp refresher, the crisp refresher, Valentine, Valentine beer. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your Valentine. Hey, get your Cocoa, get your ice cream, Valentine beer.
Well, those boys sing the story real well. And what do you look for in a glass of beer? The smooth and delicious taste, the crisp refreshment? Well, friend, that's precisely what you get in every single glass of Valentine beer. It's the crisp refresher anytime. Well, here's Bill Skowron to lead it off for the Yankees as we get ready to go in the last of the fourth. The Moose walked in the second inning, then was forced at second base on a nice play by Rocky Bridges. Skowron leads the Yankees in home runs with 4 and runs batted in with 15. Batting .349 on the year. Has 4 doubles and a triple. Chuck Stobbs, the left-hander, ready. The pitch to Skowron is strike 1 on the outside corner. Side-on fastball toward Moose looking. 0-2 on Skowron. 1-0 favor the Yankees here in the last of the fourth. Nobody out, nobody on. The 2-strike pitch gets all the way by Fitzgerald, rolls back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets a new baseball, rubs it up, goes to the rosin bag. Stobbs into the windup. The curveball is a base hit right through the middle out to center field. As the Moose hit that outside curveball, and as he went around first base, he just about missed it and then runs back to first. A single by the Moose. Hit number 4 by the Yankees. And it brings up Hank Bauer. Hank was robbed of a base hit in the second inning when Bridges went far to his right to backhand his hard-hit ground ball and threw to second to force Skowron sliding in. Bauer's batting .255. On deck, Elston Howard. Skowron leads away. The pitch, there goes the Moose. The base hit to left field. Let's see if Skowron will try for third. He's around second. He's going for third to throw. He slides and he's in there safely. On the hit-and-run play, Bauer sent a scorching line drive over Yost's head into left field. And Moose, who was off and running, went all the way around into third, had to slide in to beat Seaver's throw. Hit number 5 for the Yankees. And it brings up Elston Howard with runners at first and third, nobody out. The Yankees leading 1-0. The Yankees scored in the third inning when, with 1 out, Richardson singled, went to second on a wild pitch and scored as Bobby Shan sent a little broken bat single over second base. Tex Clevenger warming up for the Senators. The pitch to Howard is strike 1 on the outside corner. Center infield back in double play depth. They'll give the Yankees the 1 run and playing for the 2. Playing for the double play, that is. Of course, if the ball's hit back to the box, Stobbs will take Skowron back to third, then go for the double. There's a ground foul to the right of home plate. Strike 2, 0-2. This is a big man for Stobbs to get out. City coaching at third base. Ralph Houck at first for the Yankees. Chuck Stobbs takes the sign from Ed Fitzgerald. Now the stretch. The pitch is fouled back against the screen. count holds at 0-2. Gil McDougall is resting this first game. He has a little touch of water on the knee, his right knee, as a result of sliding into second and home. It's not too bad, and Casey figures he'd like to rest him at least one game today. Whitey Ford, talking to Whitey before the game, he said his left arm is fine. He was struck just above his pitching wrist by Bob Weisler, but it's coming along all right. He doesn't figure to miss a turn. Fastball just outside, ball one. Mighty close pitch to take for Elson. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Howard. Big Norm Zouchin holding the bag against Hank Bauer. Skowron down at third base. Here's the stretch by Staub. And the pitch is fouled back of the Yankee dugout into the seats out of play. Senators have Roy Sievers in left, Albie Pearson in center, Jim Lemon in right field. Eddie Yost at third, Rocky Bridges playing short, Ken Aspromonte at second, and Norm Zouchin at first base. Ed Fitzgerald doing the catching, and Chuck Staub's pitching. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Elston Howard. Here's the stretch. And then Staub steps back off the mound. Time is called by plate umpire Bill McKinley. Elston Howard waiting to get back in the batter's box. Now he's back in. Staub stretches. The pitch is a ground foul down the third baseline. Nice play by the Yankee ball boy. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the last of the fourth. The Yankees leading 1-0. Bill Skowron down at third. Hank Bauer at first. Andy Carey on deck. Again, Staub stretches. The pitch is swing and a miss, strike 3. As he took something off his fastball and had Howard out in front. That's the second strikeout for Staub. And here's Andy Carey, who flied deep to left field in the third inning. And now the Senators, of course, have the chance for the double play that'll get Staubs out of the inning. Eddie Yost does not play Carey quite as deep as he played while Elston Howard was up, because now they could try to cut the run off at the plate. The pitch is a curveball low. Ball 1. Too much breeze today, what there is blowing out towards left field. Now Staub stretches. The runners lead away. Pitch to Carey is right down the middle. Strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Andy Carey steps back of the batter's box, looks down at third base coach Frank Crissetti. Crow going through some sign maneuvers down there, trying to throw the opposition off, and maybe putting on a play. Here's a stretch by Staubs. They drive deep to left field. That'll at least get Skowron in. Sievers gets the ball. Skowron tags up and comes in to score easily as Sievers' throw has to go in at second base. And so for the second time today, Carey flies deep to left field, but this time drives in a run with that sacrifice fly. And the Yankees now lead in the ball game 2-0. And that'll bring up Bobby Richardson, who singled to right field and scored the first run of the ball game. While Fitzgerald is talking to Staubs out on the mound, we'll pause for station identification.
All Yankee baseball games are brought to you by Valentine Beer and Ale and Atlantic Gasoline exclusively in the Capital District over WOKO 1460, First in Albany, New York.
Hank Bauer still down at first base. 2 men are out. Hank leads away. Here's the stretch. Pitch is high outside, ball 1. Whenever Staub starts his pitching delivery, it looks like he's going to throw to first base. He steps towards first and then throws across his body to home plate. One ball, no strikes. Here's the stretch. Pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 1, 1-1. Eddie Yost is playing in at third base. Bobby hits one pretty good down third. He can hit it by Eddie. Two men are out here in the last of the fourth. The Yankees lead 2-0. Here's the stretch. The curveball is hit foul on the first baseline. Bounces into the stands. The youngster makes a nice grab of that ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Came to Yankee Stadium a half a game out of first place. They are now 2.5 games behind the New York Yankees. Staub stretches. There goes Bauer. The ball is fouled back of home and coming back into the seats out of play. Hank was off and running. There's a youngster who had a Yankee suit and a glove. Had a shot at that ball, but it bounced away from him. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Siebert is on deck. Bobby Shan's due to be the next batter. Again, the stretch by Chuck Stobbs. Throw to first, but Bauer's back. Stobbs, for a left-hander, does not have a real good move to first. Doesn't throw over there too often either. The pitch, the curve is outside as the Senators thought the steal might be on, and Stobbs pitched out. Bauer didn't go. Now it's a 2-2 count on Bobby Richardson. Hank Bauer leading off first base. The pitch is popped in the air to the right side of the infield. Norm Zouchin in foul territory. The first baseman takes it for out number 3. And so for the Yankees in the last of the fourth, 1 run on 2 base hits and a sacrifice fly. No Senator errors and 1 man left on base. The score at the end of 4 full innings, the Yankees 2 and the Senators nothing.
Thank you, Phil. This is Jeff Davis at the switchover point in our broadcast today of the first game of the doubleheader. We're on the go again with the rest of this broadcast, brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your Atlantic dealer, offering you Atlantic Imperial gasoline. Your car's power mate for 58 is Atlantic Imperial. Get Atlantic Imperial at your Atlantic dealers. On the Atlantic gasoline scoreboard, at the end of 3 innings, the American League, and these are all games of doubleheaders, a big, fat schedule of Major League play. The end of 3, Baltimore leads Boston 2-0. End of 2 innings, it's tied 1-1. Cleveland at Chicago. Kansas City at Detroit. The Athletics against the Tigers. Score at the end of the first inning. And over in the Senior League, at the end of 7 innings of play, the ball game has been in progress the longest. Pittsburgh is walloping Philadelphia 10-4. Still an inning and a half to go. At the end of 2 innings of play, the Milwaukee Braves in front of the Cincinnati Redlegs at Milwaukee 2-0. They'll be in here tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium for a remembrance of the World Series of last year. And this, of course, is all for Sandlot Baseball for the youngsters of New York City and for the Jimmy Fund, of which the general chairman is Ted Williams. Milwaukee 2, Cincinnati nothing, end of 2 innings. St. Louis 3, Chicago Cubs nothing at the end of 3 innings. The old redhead, Mr. Barber, set. Inning 5, Bobby Shantz pitching to Norm Zouchin. And into the first delivery.
First pitch is in there for a strike. 2-0 favor the Yankees. Chance back. Low outside, a little off the fastball for ball 1. Zauchin gotten off to a good start. Has been a big help to Washington. They got him during the winter from the Red Sox. Swings at a low curve and foul tips it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chance pitching and Howard catching. Austin knows a rich man. He's got a 3-day-old baby girl. I told him for the game, I said, well, you got the best kind now, I know. There's a ball that is hit the sky, line drive. He sticks his glove out and grabs it as he was moving towards second base. So Zauchin is out. Line drive to his opposite number at first. Scown at first base. Richardson is at second. The shortstop today is Kubek. McDougal is out. He's got a skinned knee from sliding in the Friday night game. He can play there after all. Distinguished it well. I got another young man. He just rest a little bit. Third base is Carey. Sheben in left field. Mantle in center. And the right field is Bauer. And here is pitch ahead, Fitzgerald. Takes a low inside fast curve for ball 1. 1-0. 2-0 New York. That's Chance's record, 2-0 so far this year. Change up swung on one bounce to short. Kubek fumbles it. That makes the play, and Fitzgerald is on. Tony was going to his right over toward third base. The scorer could rule it either way, and it is an error. He did have a fair shot at it. So it's an error for the shortstop. Of course, it's Kubek just come in from right field. I mean, moved him around. He hasn't had a chance to get acquainted with who he's playing next to in the last year and a half. Here now is Bridges, who swings at a low curve, doesn't get it. Strike 1. It's a wonderful thing to have all that versatility and go on and play these different positions, but it also is a handicap. You don't play one place long enough to really get all of the nuances, the pleasing skills of that, the technique of that one spot demands. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rocky. Runner at first. Mantle is not too deep in center. Fastball is high. Ball 2, 2-1. Chance used that high fastball up there deliberately as a change of pace. Time call for the moment while the runner, Fitzgerald at first, tightens the laces on his right shoe. Okay. He says, I'm ready. Umpire Flaherty at that point says, all right, boys. Set it down, kick it off again. 2-1 pitch. Curveball swung on. There's a high fly into left center. Sheben is under it. The left fielder waits. He's got it. Sheben fooled you out in left field. He runs with very long strides. He's a big old high drink of water anyhow. And he goes gallomping along. You don't get the flash of the feet that a fellow running with short strides will give you. So you don't get the illusion that he's running fast. But notice the way he starts and where he winds up, and you suddenly discover that he traversed a piece of real estate. Here's Ken Aspromonte, the right-hand hitting second baseman, taking a high outside curve for ball 1. 2 down. Fitzgerald on it first to an error. Tough chance for Kubek going toward the hole. Chance checks first, pitches. Slider that catches the inside corner above the knees for a strike. 1-1. McKinley behind the plate. Flaherty at first. That's the Charlotte. He's another one of our new rich men. He has a 2-day-old boy. He's umpiring at second, and Charlie Berry, the senior umpire of the quartet, is at third. Curve low inside, ball 2. Of course, with these new babies being born, Charlie Berry just grins and grins. He's a grandfather. And he just sort of lets down and says, well, wait a generation, fellas. Pitch. Oh, a screwball that cut the outside. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. inside ball 3. 3-2. An automatic run and hit now. As Stengel would say, the purist of our English language. You should call that play right now a run or hit. Curve. He didn't hit and he calls strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Chance. And we had just the hour there in the top of the 5th. It's now an official ball game. You can start eating your rain check. And at the end of 4.5 innings of the first one, it's the Yankees 2 and the Senators nothing.
Well, here we go. In the last of the 5th inning, little Bobby Chance, as usual, when he's out there for Casey and his teammates, he's pitching and working and fielding. And he already has credit for one of the RBIs today, one of the 2 runs sent across the plate. Then to the top of the order, Seifert and Kubek. Stobbs into the windup. Chance ready to bat. Fred.
To the curve, it's good for a strike. Stobbs pitching and Fitzgerald catching in the first game. Sachin, our first baseman. Astomati at second. Bridges at short. Third baseman is Yost. There's a high fly ball into short center field. The shortstop Bridges is out under. His ball, 1 out. One away last of the 5th. 2-0 in favor of the Yankees. And we have Norm Seaborn. Stengler's got him leading off for the second straight game. Hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. And then doubled into right field against the left-hander in the third. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got around the 300 mark now. Takes the fastball low inside, ball 1. Ralph Howe coaching at first. Mike Cazzetti coaching at third. Big ball game here tonight. Tomorrow night for the Braves. Curve low outside. Stephen half bluffing a bunt. Ball 2. Ben Haney's going to start his great left-hander, Spahn. I'll tell you something. There's no secret. Both ball clubs are going for that one tomorrow night. They got some very valid reasons. I would say, well, tomorrow night's game is a benefit because all of the money the Yankees are going to pay the administrative cost of the ballpark, and they're going to split the pot. The Yankee half goes to Sandlot Ball in this town. You see, the 2-0 pitch is a strike. The Braves half goes to the Jimmy Fund, which is doing cancer research for children. While tomorrow night's game is a benefit, I wouldn't say it's an exhibition at all. It's a ball game. 2-1 pitch. Curve good for strike 2. Mr. Magley, who's going to get the start for the Yankees, for all this Yankee pitching staff hadn't been able to work. That week's rain. Magley is going to be pitching for his life tomorrow night. You realize that? I mean, his pitching life. Game time is 8 o'clock. Home run hitting contest starts at 7:45. Seaborn swings and misses strike 3. Went down on the curveball. It was in there. 2 down. Tony Kubek is 0 for 2 today. Hatfield backs around into left. 2 out. Yankees leading 2-0. Stops pitches. Kubek swings and hits the sharper to short. And through Bridges. Right on through it. He got both heads down on it, but the ball ripped on through. And the scorer charges an error. So each shortstop has got a rather tough error today. Collins is the Brooks in a sense. And Mickey Mantle steps in. Mantle took a called third strike in the first inning. And hit a bullet, a line drive in the third with 2 on, a second and third, but right at the shortstop from the third out. Mickey made 2 catches in the 4th inning. Anybody that came out here today and saw those 2 catches, they got their money's worth right there. Every time he steps up, people expect him to hit it out of sight. There's a high fly ball to right center field that Lemon is under. He has it for the third out. So we have the error, and it's it at the end of 5 innings. Here are the totals: 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Yankees. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Senators. And that little shower has just about stopped. It was just enough of a shower to call it that. At the end of the first game, the Pittsburgh Pirates were rolling, beat the Phillies 10-4. Ken, what does that give them? 11 out of 15? 11 out of 14? I'm going to check that. Boy, they are hotter than a sheriff's pistol. The little buckos. Ripping and slashing everybody. At the end of 3 innings, first game, the Cardinals 3 and the Cubs nothing. And the countdown. That's the word I read in the paper this morning. The countdown on Stan Musial's 3,000th Major League hit is now 6, because he got a home run in the first inning and 1 on. Oh, he's amazing, isn't he? And a real fine man with it. End of 3 innings, Milwaukee 2, Cincinnati nothing. Single game. Now in the 6th inning, we've got Chuck Stobbs first up, and Chance curved him for a called strike. There's a ground ball, half speed to short. Kubek up, throws to first, and gets him at 2 steps. Stobbs out. Start of the 6th, 2-0 New York, and now the Senators start their third go-around with their fine third baseman, senior man on the squad, Eddie Yost, the walking man and the league player representative. Curve is inside for ball 1. Outfield around toward left on Eddie. They give him the gap in right center. Swings and hits it foul on the left field corner. Strike 1, 1-1. Notice Carey is a step over toward the line, the third baseman. Kubek is 2 steps over toward third. I'm playing him as a left field hitter. Jurgis working at third base. First baseman is Ellis Clary for Washington. 1-1 pitch is a slow curve. It stays wide. Left-handed pitcher working to right-hand batter. Ball 2. Pitch. Curve is in. That's 2-2. There's a ball that's hit out to right field. Bauer takes it for out number 2. Well, Ken Gilchrist, our new statistician, just been going back on the Pirates. What'd you find out about him, Ken?
The 11 out of 15, Red, as you called it.
Surprised you. You didn't think so, did you?
I had to look back, I'll admit that.
Well, you're not as surprised as the good folks in Pittsburgh who had a long dry spell out there that's been going over a few years. There's Albert Pearson, who is 0 for 1, taking a curve inside, ball 1. He drew a walk in the first inning, the 1 pass given up by Chance, and took a third strike in the 4th after just missing a home run, filling it foul by inches. 2-0 favor the Yankees. Pearson set, takes in for a strike, 1-1. You know, as an unknown minor league ball player, he walked down to Miami this year, and the ball players golfed to him and won it. Yes, he did. He's got the center field job for Washington, 1 right now, too. It takes a curve over for a strike 2. He's a wonderfully good-natured and very intelligent fellow. The game to full. Curve is in there. Strike 3. All right. I guess that Pearson is saying, well, gee, Ford one day and Chance the next. Anyhow, at the end, 5.5 innings of the first game. Last time I looked, the score was the Yankees 2 and the Senators nothing.
Thank you very much, Red. Time for us to move along. I remind you again that there's no doubt about it. When you're on the go exploring the open highway, you like your car to bat 1,000 in that smooth power department. You're like a big-time ball player, waiting at the plate, looking for that right pitch so he can whale it over the wall. May I make a suggestion about your car travel? Fill up today with Atlantic Imperial gasoline. If you're traveling in your automobile, you owe it to yourself to try the Power Mate for 58. Made to bring out the best performance in today's demanding high-compression engines. So make it a habit to drive with Atlantic Imperial, and in the long run, you'll find it's today's best super-octane buy. Get Atlantic Imperial gasoline, your car's Power Mate for 58, from the nearby Atlantic dealer or the Atlantic friendly station on the superhighway ahead of you. Just see the man who keeps your car on the go. Atlantic Petroleum products from the Atlantic Refining Company. From the Atlantic dealers everywhere, a very happy Mother's Day and a cordial invitation to stay with us for both games of the doubleheader. And stay tuned for all of the afternoon games of the Yankees at home and away in the season of 1958. We're looking to play a lot of ball games in afternoons without too much interference from the rain. We have showers even today. And so far, not enough to interrupt the play. Last of the sixth inning. The New York Yankees come up to bat. Moose Skowron walked, single, scored a run. The Yankees lead 2-0. Moose, Hank Bauer, and Elston Howard. Southpaw Stobbs on the flag for Washington. We're ready for the sign from catcher Fitzgerald. We're ready for the call of the play from Red Barber.
Skowron hits the bounding ball, half speed to short. Bridges charges. He's up. Throws. In time by a step. Well, Skowron is out. Hey, Phil, let me get Rizzuto over here right quick. Come here right quick. When a fellow hits a half-speed ball like that, a batter, I mean, he's really straight in to beat it, isn't he?
Oh, he sure is. Because you're mad for swinging at it the first pitch in the first place, and then you want to run like the devil and try and beat it out.
And you shortstop just laugh and laugh when you just throw him out. Is that it? Man's inhumanity to man. Now we have Bauer, 1 for 2. Came up with a hit-and-run single, which led to the second run in the fourth inning. Got the runner around to be picked up on a fly ball. Takes a letter pitch for outside, ball 1. One away, last of the sixth. The rain has stopped. It was very brief. In fact, it stopped almost where it started. Only about 20 new hats got back in front of the stands. Curve is low inside, ball 2. 2-0. Now, looking down to Cazzetti to see how Mr. Stengel feels about this. Whether the green light is up or not. 2-0 pitch is taken high outside, ball 3. Now looks first at Hawks this time, then he looks down at Cazzetti to see what about the 3-0 pitch. You know, in the major leagues, you just don't hit 3-0 on your just because you feel like it. But the Yankees have been known to hit 3-0, and successfully. Stobbs is aware of it, delivers, and just gets it over for a strike. He had some zip on it. He didn't lay it in there. But in one. Yankees lead 2-0. 3-1 pitch, swung on as a high drive down the left field corner, and it hits up against the wall and bounces out into left field. Bauer's coming on to second. He's going on to third on Seaver's arm. There comes the throw. Makes strides, and he's in for a triple. Well, Bauer triples in the left field corner. He hit the ball on a short hop right up against the low fence, and the ball kicked back up along the fence past the left fielder. That is one of the nightmares of playing left field or playing right field here at the stadium. You have a curving wall, and you just cannot always gauge how the ball is going to ricochet with complete accuracy. Seavers went in there, but the ball kicked right back past him and in a hurry. By the time he ran it down and threw into third, Bauer was into third base. Now the infield is up for the runner at third and one out. The Yankees leading 2-0. They play for the runner at third, and the hitter is Howard, who will try and pick up this third run. 0 for 2 today. He's rusty from riding the bench. Combination of Bauer and rain. Pitch is low for ball 1. But I tell you, the way that rain came along in these doubleheaders and then the weight of the season, we will see increasingly more and more of Elster. He's truly one of the most valuable players on the squad. Do that job for you in the outfield. Back of the plate. He's improved enormously as a receiver. Could be first-string catcher on the bulk of the Major League team. bench is one of the most dangerous pinch hitters in the league. Stroud's pitch is 1-0, and Howard cuts and hits the ball foul down in the right field corner, way down there. Strike one, 1-1. Stroud is throwing curveballs in on his fist in the second inning and in the fourth. Infield is up, just a step behind the inner grass. Jimmy Thompson's Marion Blue. Full stadium now is Marion Blue. There's a ball that's hit high and deep to deep left center field. Pearson's got to run a mile. He's running, and he's got it way out there. And Barber could crawl home. Oh! We have seen some balls hit in this series, and two center fielders, Mantle and Pearson, go catch him. He went right to the edge of the track, headed for the 4:57 mark. So that's a sacrifice fly for Howard. He got to run in. 3-0 favor the Yankees. Now we have two out last the sixth inning, and the hitter is Carey, who is 0 for 1. Fly ball to left in the third, a fly ball to left in the fourth, which was a sacrifice fly, got in run number 2. Stops, delivers, and Carey takes it on the outside. Ball 1. About a 3/4 speed delivery. Now still around toward left. That was a fine catch for Pearson. And he got two good ones off Mantle yesterday. One pitch in for a strike. 1-1. Appeared to be a slider. When one pitch is a curve swung on and lined into left field for a clean base hit for Carey, a single. This gives him 1 for 2 today. 7 hits now for the Yankees, 8 hits in the game. And the batter is Richardson, who is 1 for 2. He singled in the third inning. Took second base on a very short wild pitch and scored on chance to single. That was the first for the Yankees' 3 runs. There's a ball that is hit into short center. Fly ball that Pearson's coming under and makes the catch in very short center for the third out. 1 run, 2 hits, and at the end of 6 it's the Yankees 3 and the Senators nothing.
If you heat your home with oil, you know the right procedure for warm weather is to first have your burner checked and cleaned, then keep your oil storage tank filled to the proper level. That helps to guard against condensation and rust. And you know a premium quality Atlantic heating oil is just right for the job at your home or place of business. Triple refining makes Atlantic heating oil clean and pure. When you need it next season, it's right there ready to give you maximum heat. It stays clean, burns clean. Call your Atlantic heating oil distributor in your community now for premium quality Atlantic heating oil. It's triple refined. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station call time on the New York Yankees Home of Champions Network.
All Yankee baseball games are brought to you by Valentine Beer and Ale and Atlantic Gasoline exclusively in the Capital District over WOKO 1460 on the dial first in Albany, New York.
Running down the scoreboard in our Atlantic Imperial gasoline listing in the American League, the end of 5 innings, Baltimore leads Boston 2-1. End of 3, Cleveland, Chicago tied 1-1. End of 3 innings, Athletics and Detroit tied 1-1. Over in the Senior League, 1 game already over. Pittsburgh trailed the Phils to win it 10-4. Second game gets started shortly. End of 4 innings, the Braves 4, Cincinnati nothing. End of 4 innings, tie game, Cubs and the Cardinals 3-3. Los Angeles, San Francisco to start later. Roy Sievers hits first pitch foul down third base way, and it's Bobby Shan. Sievers 1 for 2 on the day. And in our second game today, hope you'll be staying with us for all of the thrills. Bill?
St. Louis at the end of 3, Cardinals 3, Cubs 3. That's the first of 2. Musial had a home in the first with 1 on. Here's the pitch to Sievers, strike 2 on the outside corner. In a single game, Milwaukee leads Cincinnati 2-0 at the end of 3 1/2. Schmidt against Burdette. Covington had a home in his second with none on. And L.A. is playing at San Francisco, a single game. We're in the top of the 7th. 2 strikes on Roy Sievers. The curve is hit, foul down the third baseline. Count holds at 0-2. The Yankees scored 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. They lead 3-0 here, playing the top of the seventh. Big Jim Lemon on deck. Here's the two-strike pitch. The curve is hit on the ground. Here's the two-strike pitch. The curve is hit on the ground. By Bill Skowron out in the right field. The Moose gave that ball a good try. As Stevens went to the opposite field. And Big Roy Stevens comes up with his second base hit of the day, and only the second hit off Bobby Shands, and Stevens has both of them. Here's Jim Lemon, who hit into a double play and then flied to center field. Deep to center. Nothing for two. Stevens singled in the first inning, and now has singled here again to lead off the seventh. Curve is strike one on the outside corner. Billy Jerg is coaching at third, and Ellis Query at first for the Senators. Norm Zouchin, the first baseman, on deck. Senators have their power in this inning. Stevens, Lemon, and Zouchin. Slow curve is foul at the plate, strike two. The Yankees have been getting terrific pitching from their mound corps since the season started. Here's a stretch by Shannon. The curve is the base hit to right field. Down the line. Around second, going to third. Roy Stevens. Jim Lemon rounds first and holds on as Bauer comes up with the ball and fires it into second. And for the first time today, the Senators have a definite threat. Roy Stevens at third. Jim Lemon at first, and the batter Norm Zouchin. Zouchin bounced out short at first and then lined to Skowron at first base. Nothing for two. Elson Howard walks out to the mound to have a little talk with Bobby Shands. Bobby picks up that rosin bag and slams it down on the ground. And now we'll have a little action out in the Yankee bullpen. Shands stretches. The infield is back in double play depth. Fastball is high, ball one. So the Yankees leading 3-0. Will sacrifice one run to get the double play. Steven in left, Mantle in center, and Bauer in right. Straight away on Zouchin, but deep. The curve is low. Ball two. That ball bounced in front of the plate, blocked nicely by Elson Howard. Bob Grimm gets up in the Yankee bullpen. And the Yankee relief pitchers have had very little work so far this year. It's a problem. It's something Casey Stengel and Jim Turner like to see. Their starting pitchers go all the way, but they'd also like to see their relief pitchers get some work. 2 balls, no strikes on Norm Zouchin. The stretch, the runners lead away. The curve is hit on the ground. It's short. Kubek to Richardson for one. Back to first. Double play, but the run scores. And so it's a 3-1 ball game as the Yankees went for the double play. Got it. Number 22 in the year for the New York Yankees. Coming on to score, Roy Stevens. And the batter now, Ed Fitzgerald, who bounced out third to first and reached on an error by Kubek in the 5th inning. Norm Zouchin went after that low curveball and hit it right to Tony Kubek at shortstop. Kubek's playing in the place of Gil McDougall, who is resting this first game, has a slight case of water on his right knee. Curve is fouled back against the screen, strike one. Casey Stengel said that he hopes to play McDougall in one of the games today, and possibly rest him tomorrow night in the Yankees sandlot game against the Milwaukee Braves, and then have him ready for Baltimore when they come in the stadium Tuesday night. Here's the windup. Fastball outside, ball 1-1-1.
Vogel is currently leading the league with a .403 batting average. Big Bob Serve leads in homers with 9 and runs batted in with 26. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, foul at the plate, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plate umpire Bill McKinley wants to look at that ball. And finds it's all right, throws it back out to Bobby Shan. Rocky Bridges is on deck. Shan's ready, the windup. First ball is taken outside. Ball 2-2-2, and as that pitch came in, Kubek and Carey started to break towards the dugout. They thought the ball was over the outside corner. But they're a long ways from the play. I remember I used to do that every once in a while. I just think it was a strike run in. There's a curve, hit on the line in the left center. Mickey Mantle digging fast, digging and can't get it. Comes up on 1 hop. And then throws to first base as Fitzgerald rounds it. That's Mickey's pet play. That's the first time we've seen it pull it so far this year. If you take a little bit too much of a turn at first base, Mickey fires that ball in, and he's gotten a few players that way. So you can see how important that double play was to the Yankees as Fitzgerald followed with a single. Hit number 3. Hit number 4 now. Off Bobby Shands, and the batter Rocky Bridges was 0 for 2. There's a curve hit right at Andy Carey. Gets it on the short hop, throws to Richardson for the 4th on Fitzgerald coming in. And so for the Washington Senators in the top of the 7th, they come up with 1 run on 3 base hits. No Yankee errors, 1 man left on base. The score at the end of 6 1/2 innings, the Yankees 3 and the Senators 1.
Let's touch all the bases, fans. Concerning Atlantic Imperial Gasoline, let's round them all. First base, power. Second base, touch is performance. And third, mileage, when you're home. Score with a big value because it's today's best super octane buy. The name Atlantic Imperial Gasoline. Your car's power mate, 458. The fellow who has it for you is your Atlantic dealer. The next time you're on the go, see the man who keeps your car on the go. See your Atlantic dealer for your car's power mate, 458. Atlantic Imperial Gasoline. The Atlantic Refining Company and the Atlantic dealers everywhere will invite you next week to join us for ball games broadcast on the Home of Champions Network Wednesday and Thursday afternoons against the Baltimore Orioles. That'll be the close of the Yankee homestand currently. On Saturday and Sunday next weekend, we'll be at Washington. And, that's the schedule for next week on the network section of our broadcasting and telecasting. We have a lot of makeup games, as you can realize, from the recent rainout sessions, and several of those will be made up in the month of June. And we'd like to remind you, too, that one of the early makeups will be Monday night, June the 2nd, when the Chicago White Sox open the 5-game series at Yankee Stadium. And an opportunity for those who would like to have large blocks of seats. A lot of people coming from an organization. They all like to sit together in the ballpark. That's a new date on the Yankee schedule. A chance for you to order your tickets now. Right now, let's go to Phil Rizzuto. Bobby Shands, the batter.
The curve in there, strike 1. The outfield playing Shands very shallow. And Bobby's got pretty good power. He's going to surprise some of these outfielders. Strike pitch. Slow curve is hit on the ground right at Eddie Yost. Up with it on 1 hop. Throws to first for out number 1. 1 away. And the batter, Norm Seaburn. Seaburn flied to right, doubled to right, and then struck out. Playing way in on the edge of the infield grass. Chuck Stobbs into the windup. The fastball is low inside. Ball 1. Seaburn steps back out of the batter's box. That's the time. Stobbs taking a lot of time out on the mound. Chuck's ready. Gets a sign from Ed Fitzgerald. The windup. He kicks. The fastball is foul at the plate off Seaburn's right foot. it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Norm. Dobbs into the windup. The curveball is a swing and a miss. Strike 2. A sidearm curveball that time. Now Eddie Yost moves back at third base with the count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Seaborn. 1 out here in the last of the 7th. Nobody on. The Yankees lead 3-1. First game of a doubleheader. Fastball lined. Gasparmani can't get it as he dives for the ball and tumbles over it to base hit into right field. Seaborn's second base hit and hit number 8 for the Yankees. Gasparmani actually dove after that ball and made a complete tumble sort. Came right back up on his feet. Here's Tony Kubek, who was twice bounced back to the mound and then reached on an error by shortstop Rocky Bridges. 0 for 3 for Tony. Here's the stretch. The pitch is bunted foul at the plate, strike 1. Ouchin holding first base against Norm Seaborn. 2 Norms over at first base. Seaborn leading away. Dobbs stretches. Pitch is foul in back of the plate, not a play. 0-2 on Kubek. Another big game to go this afternoon. Pasquale and Johnny Crooks due to be the opposing pitchers in the second game. Yogi, who was rested this first game, said he'd rather bat against Dobbs than he would against Pasquale. Here's the stretch. The 2-strike pitch is hit on the ground to third. Yost knocks it down, but he can't make a play. That ball took a bad hop and hit Eddie in his left side. Did not hit his glove. And it's a base hit for Tony Kubek. And, well, it should be, as Eddie Yost got to the ball, tried to backhand it, but the ball took a bad hop and hit Eddie in his left side. So that's hit number 9, and the Yankees have runners at first and second. The batter, Mickey Mantle. And as Mickey steps to the bat, some rain starts to fall down, and some of the folks in the lower box seats get up to go under the shelter. Mickey is 0 for 3 today. He was called out on strikes, lined to left field, and then flied to right. One away. Here's the stretch. The slow curve is outside, ball 1. On deck, Bill Skowron. Ball is low, ball 2, 2-0. Now somebody runs out of the Senators' dugout across the field. From here, it looks like Pedro Ramos. He has his jacket on. Can't see the number. Mantle digs in now. His time is back in. Clevenger still warming up for the Senators. Here's a stretch. A look at the runners. And a 2-0 pitch is a swing and a ground ball slowly to short. Bridges coming in, up with it. Throws to first. In time to get Mantle. Down to third goes Seaborn, and in at second, Tony Kubek. As Mickey Mantle bounces out short to first. Bill Skowron. The Moose walked in the second inning, singled to center in the fourth, and then bounced out short to first in the sixth. 1 for 2. First pitch to Skowron is a curveball on the inside corner, strike one. The windup, and the pitch is low, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men are out here in the last of the seventh. The Yankees lead 3-1. They have runners at second and third. Hank Bauer is on deck. Stops the left-hander into his windup. The pitch to Skowron is hit deep to right field, but going foul and in the upper deck. Bounces around, hits the foul pole, and then goes into the lower stands. And bounces out again as Jim Lemon goes over now to retrieve the ball. And the count on Skowron is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hey, Joe. Gets himself a new baseball. Rubs it up a little bit. Checks the sign from Ed Fitzgerald. Here's the windup. And the pitch is a swing and a ground ball in the hole. Bridges backhands it, but he can't make a play. Then runs to third, but Kubek holds. And it's an infield single for Skowron, driving in Norm Seaburn. So Skowron gets RBI number 16. Seaburn scores, and it's a 4-1 ball game in favor of the Yankees. And that's hit number 10 for the Yankees, and the batter will be Hank Bauer, who has 2 of those 10 hits, and was robbed of a third when in the second inning, Bridges made a nice backhand stop with his hard smash and threw to second and fourth Skowron. Hank then singled to left in the fourth and tripled to left in the sixth inning. Here's a stretch. There goes Skowron. The ball is popped in the air to right field. Jim Lemon comes in under it and takes it for out number 3. And so for the Yankees in the last of the seventh, 1 run on 3 base hits. No Senate errors, 2 men left on base. The score at the end of 7 full innings, the Yankees 4 and the Senators 1. Now let's take a good rundown of the scores. In the first game of a doubleheader, playing at Baltimore, the Orioles and the Red Sox were all tied up 2-2 at the end of 6 1/2. Bauman started for Neely's in the seventh. Lowe's all the way for Baltimore. Gurnett had a home in the fourth with none on, and Neiman in the first with none on. Cleveland at Chicago in the first of 2 at the end of 4 1/2. Chicago 2, Cleveland 1. Now let's see against Pierce. Lala had a home in the second with none on, and Jackson in the fourth with none on. Kansas City playing at Detroit at the end of 4 1/2. The Tigers 3, the A's 2. Urban for Kansas City. Bunning started, Shaw in the third. Maxwell had a home in the second with none on. In the National League in the first of 2, Pittsburgh defeated Philadelphia 10-4. Friend all the way to win them. Sanford the loser. Lopata had a home in the fourth, none on. In the second game, at the end of 1, it's 0-0. Simmons against Porterfield. Bob Porterfield just acquired from the Boston Red Sox. Chicago at St. Louis in the first of 2. At the end of 5 innings, it's the Cardinals 4, the Cubs 3. Nichols now pitching against Muffet. Musial had a home run in the first with 1 on. Cincinnati at Milwaukee at the end of 4 1/2 in a single game, all tied up 4-4. Acker against Wiley now. Covington had a home in the second with none on. And L.A. is at San Francisco for a single game. Here's Ken Aspromonte, who struck out twice, took the third strike both times. Here's the windup. Fastball is hit on the ground is short. Kubek coming in, up with it. Goes to first in time to get Aspromonte for out number 1 here in the top of the 8th inning.
One away. And we'll pause for station identification.
All Yankee baseball games are brought to you by Valentine Beer and Ale and Atlantic Gasoline, exclusively in the Capital District over WOKO 1460 on the dial, first in Albany, New York.
Malcolm, a right-hand hitting infielder. Has 4 for 25 on the year, 1 double, 1 run batted in, batting 160. Swings and has a line drive to right center field. Mantle going back. It's over his head and rolling to the wall. There's Malcolm around first. He's around second now, trying for 3, and is in standing with a line drive triple to right center field. Man, he really got the wood on that one. A line drive that went over Mickey's head and then bounced against the right center field fence. And Malcolm is in at third with a triple. Hit number 5 off Bobby Shans, and here's Eddie Yost. The Yankees lead 4-1, playing the top of the 8th with 1 away. The Yankee infield playing back. They're not playing in for a play at the plate. Here's the windup, and the curve is hit in the air to right field. Tagging up Malcolm. Hank Bauer under the ball. He's got it. Here comes Malcolm. The throw home. And he's across and in there with the second run for the Washington Senators. It's now a 4-2 ball game on that sacrifice fly by Eddie Yost to right field. Driving in, Bob Malcolm. And here's little Albie Pearson, who was 0 for 2. He walked and twice called out on strikes. Little left-hand hitter. The first pitch is a curve in there, strike 1. Ball's a little bit high, ball 1-1-1. 2 men are out in the top of the 8th. 1 run in, 4-2 with the Yankees leading. Fastball is hit on the line, straight to center field. Mickey Mantle right there takes it for out number 3. For the Senators in the top of the 8th, 1 run on 1 hit. No Yankee errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 7.5 innings, the Yankees 4 and the Senators 2.
Baseball with the Yankees, brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company. Atlantic dealers everywhere. You might not think it, but right now it's the time to get the jump on heating problems. For example, when the heating oil tank is filled, there's less chance of condensation and rust. Better protection for the tank, especially with Atlantic heating oil. The heating oil that stays clean and burns clean. You see, premium quality Atlantic heating oil is not only triple refined, it contains an advanced petroleum additive that helps keep your oil burner clean as it heats. You get extra protection for your burner, maximum heat for every heating oil dollar. And that's a comforting thought. Say, here's another while we're at it. Premium quality Atlantic heating oil costs no more than ordinary heating oil. So to set your mind free of heating worries now and enjoy the finest of heating, get Atlantic heating oil with the advanced additive. Call Atlantic direct or get in touch with the local Atlantic heating oil distributor near your home or place of business. Order it tomorrow. Atlantic heating oil. We use a little of that to drive off the rain. The rain is in to stay, apparently, for a while. Fairly good sprinkles coming down. Next, Clevenger comes in from Azalea, California, to take over the pitching. In 1-7, lost 6 last year. No wins against the Yankees. Truman Clevenger. So far this year, he's 2-0. All of them in relief. And his 7th appearance in relief. First time against the Yankees this season. His lifetime, he's won 9, lost 10. And against the Yankees, he has no victories and has lost 1. Truman Clevenger. Big, tall, high-kicking right-hander. Lead off for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th inning. Will be Elston Howard. Followed by Andy Carey in the on-deck circle, and then Bob Richardson. Chuck Stotts went 7 full innings, gave up 10 hits, allowed 4 runs. Nelson Howard bounced into a double play, struck out. Sacrifice fly scored the 3rd run for the Yankees.
4-2 in favor of the Yankees. The Yankees came up with a run in the 3rd, a run in the 4th, a run in the 6th, and a run in the 7th. The Senators came up with 1 in the 7th and 1 in the 8th. Nelson Howard hit into a double play, struck out, and then hit a sacrifice fly in the 8th inning to drive in a run. He's 0 for 2. Tex Clevenger ready. The first pitch to Howard is a curve on the outside corner, strike 1. Clevenger ready. Again, the big right-handed kicks. Fastball is hit down the right field line, but curving foul and out of play into the upper deck. Bounces down to the lower deck. Nothing in 2 to count on Nelson Howard. Clevenger ready to wind up. Curveball is just a little bit low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fitzgerald started to throw that ball around the infield, but didn't hear that strike 3. Here's the pitch. A ground ball off Clevenger's right knee. Bounces to Zauchin, who flips the Clevenger 40 out. A beautiful play, but I want to tell you, now Clevenger is limping. It was a beautiful play, and now he can hardly walk. It's that delayed action that sets in when you're hit on the knee or in a solid part of your body. That was a vicious line drive. It hit him in the knee, bounced all the way into foul territory. Zauchin came over, picked up the ball in the coach's box. Clevenger kept running, got to first, and Zauchin flipped to him. That play goes from 1 to 3 to 1. Clevenger gets the put out, but I want to tell you, he was hit solidly on that right knee. And he's going to have himself a beauty of a black and blue mark tomorrow. Right now, he's just rubbing the side of his right knee. Going to throw some pitches in to see if the weight will hold as he delivers the ball. He's all right. He's all right. Gets a nice hand from the crowd here. And that was heads-up baseball, let me tell you. I mean, he was hit hard enough to actually go down on one knee, but he kept running to first base. And was there, took a base hit away from Nelson Howard. And here's Andy Carey, who was 1 for 2. Fly deep to left, and hit a little deep fly again to left to drive in a run, a sacrifice fly, and then single to left. Curve is low outside, ball 1. Right-hander ready. The 1-0 pitch is a curve in there, strike 1, 1-1. Bobby Richardson on deck. The 1-1 pitch is hit foul down the right field line, back in the seats, out of play. Foul ball scared a lot of pigeons out on it flying across the field as a little bit of blue starts to shine in the sky. Here's the pitch. Curve is hit on the ground. Yost gloves it. Throws to first. In time to get Andy Carey, and another fine play. This one by Eddie Yost to rob Andy Carey of a base hit. And I mean, there's been some great defensive plays today. Andy Carey, Bobby Richardson, Rocky Bridges, Ken Aspromonte, and Mickey Mantle and Albie Pearson in center field made 2 tremendous catches. 2 outs. Nobody on in the last of the 8th. The Yankees lead 4-2. Here's the first pitch to Richardson. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Clevenger ready, kicks, and the ball is hit back over the middle. Bridges has to go fast, throws to first, in time for the out on another fine defensive play. This might sound like I'm saying this on every play, but they were three real good defensive plays. So for the Yankees, and the last of the eighth, no runs, no hits. No Senators, there is nobody left on base. The score at the end of 8 full innings, the Yankees 4, the Senators 2, and here's the old redhead, Red Barber.
They're waiting for you on television, Philip. Bobby Del Greco has just been announced as the left fielder for New York as we go into the ninth inning. Washington coming to bat with a big hitter shot, and the Yankees leading 4-2. In the second game, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh is no score in the last of the third. Porterfield, by the way, is making his first start for the Pirates since they bought him on waivers from the Red Sox. There's Sievers taking a curve for strike. In the last of the sixth inning, Chicago St. Louis first game, it is the Cubs 6 and the Cardinals 4. Cincinnati came up with 4 runs in the fifth inning to tie its ball game at Milwaukee, 4-4. Seaver swings at a high pop fly into very short right. Second baseman Richardson is out underneath it. He has it. And the Senators, trailing by 2 runs, are down to 2 outs. 1 away, top of the ninth. Seaver, by the way, went up there with 2 of the 5 hits off chance. Here's Lemon, who has 1 of those 5 hits, 1 for 3. So the tying run as it now stands is Zauchin, the on-deck hitter. 4-2 New York, chance after his third win. Small southpaw pitches a curve on the outside for ball 1. Single has his bullpen fouling. He's keeping ready in case. Chance wanting to go all the way. Deals. Curve low inside, ball 2. 1-0. Lemon backs out, takes a look at the third base coach, Jagus. See what manager Lavagero may have up. This is the first of 2, the first doubleheader at the stadium this year. Tomorrow night, the Milwaukee Braves roar in. And Tuesday night, the Orioles, and that's ladies' night, the only ladies' night of the year at the stadium. Pitch is high, ball 3. Orioles, who are always troublesome, Richards has really got them coming out. Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons, and the Yankees are gone for a long road trip, their first big one. They won't be back until the Memorial Day doubleheader with Washington. 3-0 pitch, in for the strike. So, you folks got 4 big ball games coming up, and then that's going to make the month almost. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. Well, that gets the tying run to the plate in the person of Zauchin. He hit a home run with 1 on in the ninth game. He's been hitting right along. Yesterday, he had a single out of 3 at-bats. Today, he is 0 for 3, but he hit a solid line drive in the 5th inning, which Skowron snagged. So, Mr. Shantz has got to be careful. 4-2 ball game, New York, and the tying run is at the plate. Big Zauchin sets, swings and has a high fly ball out to Mantle in left center. He's waiting. There's no news about the play, meaning he didn't drop it. Now, the Senators 2 runs down with 1 man on, have the tying run at the plate, and Washington is reduced to its last out. The hitter is the catcher, Fitzgerald, who is 1 for 3. Single to left field, his last trip. Right-hand batter. 4-2 New York. Curve swung on and hit through back of say into center for a base hit, and the tying runs at first. Naturally playing very conservative baseball. Lemon nearly went down to second and just stayed there like he was glued. Single through the middle by Fitzgerald. So, the Senators still with that last out left. They've got 2 on. They've got their shortstop Bridges up, who is 0 for 3. Hit a line drive at last time, which Carey grabbed down at third base. So, Bridges, stocky, barrel-chested right-hand batter, took the bat about an inch. Chance wants to work with another baseball. Third umpire McKinley promptly accommodates him. Infield is back. Bridges steps out looking at the third base coach. Jurgens apparently, let's see. Wait a minute. They're calling for a pinch hit out. Fink. And they're going to bring him in from the bullpen. Bridges got in the batter's box, and then suddenly he was whistled back by the third base coach. And they're calling in a pinch hitter all the way from the bullpen. Either a pinch hitter or a pinch runner. It's a pinch runner, that's what it is. Bridges will hit. And it's a pinch runner coming in to run for Lemon at second base. No, and he goes past second. He's going to run for Fitzgerald, the catcher. Now let's see who this is. Turn his back on us and get his number. We've seen nothing but his chest so far. 48. That's Ramos, pitcher, down the bullpen. So the pitch runner's at first. Bridges is up. Swings and hits the ball out to right field. Ball coming on. He can't get it. It's a base hit. And one run is in. And the tying run goes to third base on a single. Dunked in the right field by Bridges. Now it's a squeaker, 4-3. Ramos went right around to third on the single in the right. Well. And Mr. Single, number 37, is walking out to the mound. The single in the right. Bauer had no chance whatsoever on it. And base on balls and two hits coming after the second out, and that's all for a chance. And Stengel is reaching down into his reserve. He's sending to the pen. Graham had been down there. The hitter scheduled about his second baseman Aspromonte hitting in the number 8 slot for Lavagetto. Man hasn't come out yet. Now here he comes, putting on his jacket. Let's see, he's over the fence. But does not look like Grimm's walk. He's got his jacket on. Let's call the phone until we nail him. It is Duran, who came on 2 innings yesterday and struck out 5 batters. We were asking Jim Turner down the dugout what was the matter with Duran yesterday. What about that 6th fellow? Duran, who wears the glasses and throws that small baseball. Duran is coming on for his 6th relief assignment. He's 0-1, and he lost the ball game down at 2 Washington. May 10. Lemon hit a home run on him in the 10th inning. So Duran is taking over, and Stengel must think very much of him. He's apparently his finishing pitcher right now in the manager's mind. He had him out yesterday, and this is a staff that, is well rested, and he's got him right back today. Sure, this tells you all you need to know about Duran. You don't have to say to Stengel, what do you think of Duran? He's already told you. He brought him right back. Chance gets the hand as he walks off. Ryan Duran is now being announced for Bob Shepard. He throws that baseball. And Clint Courtney, I think, the left-hand hitting catcher, is going to go up in place of the second baseman. So this Washington club that has gotten off with a rush this year, the best start that Washington has had in many a season. They ran into trouble the first 2 games here, and now they're causing trouble here in the first game of the doubleheader today. All right, boys, we've been out here now for 2 hours and 22 minutes, and now we've come right down to the last feather on the bird. Here it is. Something's got to give. The Yankees lead 4-3. The Senators have men stacked at first and third. 2 men are out. Duran has taken over. He's a tall, graceful right-hander. And it's a dark afternoon, overcast. And he is, some people say he throws the ball as hard as score.
Anyhow, I know he throws it. Sutton is up. Tough-minded, little stocky, glass-wearing left-hand hitter. Runners off first and third. Outfield toward right. The pitch is swung on. It's a roll up to third. Here he juggles, recovers, throws. In time by a half step for the ball game. Well, Dern made one pitch. Gary almost got himself in a jam because the ball ran out of his glove and up his wrist. But he recovered, and with that great arm of his, he's got the arm on the infield. There used to be an argument whether Gary or Coleman had the arm, but now, of course, Coleman's gone to the front office, and Gary gunned that ball over to Starring. And if he had had any less of an arm after his momentary juggle at third, we'd have a tied ball game. As it is, this one is in the bag. All over. And the Yankees win it 4-3.